One kind of digital dollar that everybody can use is the CBC. The U.S. government would completely endorse it, and the Federal Reserve would issue, back, and oversee it. With advantages including immediate payment settlement, cross-border transactions, and facilitating greater financial access, this might be utilized in place of existing payment systems. More than 130 nations are considering creating their own government-backed digital currencies. China, Russia, Saudi Arabia, and India have already begun the initial testing. An electronic Europilot might begin as soon as 2028. Even while more and more details regarding the characteristics of digital currency are becoming available, the US is still far behind. These are the exact phrases that belong to the US Congress. It is rather evident that XRP has received approval from the US Congress. This isn't limited to financial institutions and banks. Both domestic and international transactions are possible using XRP. The US Federal Reserve is a prime example of this. Why is this important? The United States is aware of the global shift. Congress, Ripple is collaborating with China, India, Brazil, and other nations to establish their own digital currencies that will be issued by their central banks. The United States does not wish to lag behind in this transition. And do you know which business they are collaborating with? Indeed, Ripple. As always, thank you for returning to Moneyside, the hub for everything XRP. Similar to the BRICS nations, South Africa, China, India, Russia, and Brazil have collaborated to develop a digital currency that all five may use. The United States is following suit. Allow me to play a video that demonstrates how, back in 2015, Ripple and the US Federal Reserve discussed CBDCs. This background information demonstrates that Ripple and the US have been collaborating behind the scenes. Despite the public disputes between Ripple and the SEC, this collaboration increased the likelihood that Ripple would prevail in the SEC case. Remember how Ripple persuaded the Fed to accept FedNAB as a payment method? Ripple was not directly credited by the Federal Reserve when there are indications, but the system was revealed. With transactions taking only 3 to 5 seconds, the Federal Reserve discussed a potential partnership with a blockchain startup that may facilitate quick and simple payments. Gary Gensler has long discussed the potential applications of Ripple for the U.S. Federal Reserve. Gensler trusted the Federal Reserve, which had previously incorporated XRP and Ripple into its payment system for both domestic and international transactions, even before he was elected president. This occurred while Ripple was being sued by the SEC. Let's now discuss current affairs. Riverbank is now a part of the FedNet payment network. One well-known Ripple payment partner that makes use of the Riplet technology is Riverbank. Let's dissect this. This is not merely a bank. This payment processor uses Riplet's Scurrent and Zapid technologies to provide on-demand liquidity. XRP and its ledger are used by both of these businesses. Given that Riverbank has joined FedNet, it is obvious that XRP-based Riplet and Zapid Scur will be involved. Thus, XRP can be used by the FedNet payment system to satisfy its liquidity requirements for exchanges that happen between countries. Therefore, if XRP's applications and advantages increase, its value should also increase. This is wonderful news for your investment if you own XRP and are keeping an eye on it. The inclusion of XRP in standard financial systems is not merely an indication of the coin's potential utility. It demonstrates how the global corporate landscape is evolving. As conventional banks become aware of the speed, effectiveness, and affordability of blockchain technology like Ripple's, a paradigm shift is taking place. Furthermore, Gary Gensler's backing and the subsequent steps made by institutions such as Riverbank are only the beginning. XRP, as well as more businesses become aware of and utilize these technologies, they will have an effect on the whole financial sector. I have some wonderful news for my readers before we continue. For XRP, I have an offer. To participate, simply complete these 3 simple steps. Give this video a thumbs up, click subscribe, enable alerts, and tell your friends and family about it. I'll see to it that these procedures are followed when we select our fortunate winner. So everyone, good luck. We will announce the winner once we achieve 60,000 users. Let's return to the topic at hand, the value of XRP and its growing significance. The US Federal Reserve is interested in XRP and most Americans want to utilize it, as we have discussed. However, people outside of the US are also realizing how beneficial XRP could be. Some nations are investigating its capabilities, including the EU with its Digital Euro initiative and the BRICS countries. Our films on these subjects go into greater detail regarding the role of XRP in the BRICS nation CBDC and Europe's digital euro project. To reiterate what we discussed, the US is not only considering XRP as a potential CBDC in a different video. Additionally, they hope to use it to increase the efficiency of cross-border trading. This holds true for all domestic and international banking transactions, not only those involving CBDCs. Let's examine the implications of this for XRP's future worth. As more people utilize XRP, particularly large financial institutions like the US Federal Reserve, its value will fluctuate. Ultimately, a coin's value is mostly determined by how helpful it is. Adding a digital asset such as XRP to large financial systems isn't only on the immediate advantages it offers to transactions. It's also about the confidence and trust that are gradually developed. The global financial system is undergoing rapid change. People want to be able to transmit money across borders swiftly and affordably, and digital transactions are becoming the norm. The role of cryptocurrencies, particularly well-known ones like XRP, is crucial. Large nations and financial organizations' support could be the catalyst that elevates XRP to a new level. This is a critical moment for both fans and corporations. With all of its connections and backing, XRP is headed for a successful future. However, as with any investment, it's critical to be informed, monitor changes, and base decisions on extensive research. Could we expect XRP to hit $10,000? This question has been receiving a lot of attention in the crypto community. Soon we'll tackle it. Multinational corporations, particularly those based in North America, are showing an increasing amount of interest in the XRP ledger. As the cryptocurrency industry expands, digital currencies are already present in over 130 nations. XRP is frequently mentioned as a leader. How much do you believe XRP might be worth? The range of speculations is from $10,000 and an astounding $35,000. This is due to the possibility that it could be involved in global central bank-run digital currencies, or CBDCs. What does this signify? As more nations use XRP for cross-border transactions, there is a possibility that it will eventually become the norm. The executive director of Hill Capital clarified this. That would be if XRP is adopted as the universal currency. It will be a significant transaction for the world's riches. Despite the abundance of XRP, its value may increase because to the high demand, putting it in the $10,000 to $35,000 range. Experts and enthusiasts alike are anticipating these XRP forecasts and values. Remember that I am not a qualified financial advisor. These films are just intended to be fun, not educational. Prior to making any financial decisions, I always advise my audience to conduct independent research and consult experts. I appreciate you listening. If you enjoyed the video, please press the follow button and give it a thumbs up. Additionally, make sure the notifications are turned on so you may be informed as soon as I upload something new from the next film.